In life, we have many situations that elicit that response. Did that really just happen? Sometimes it's out of sheer horror. Did that really just happen? And sometimes it's out of pure excitement. Did that really just happen? For me, it was the one out of excitement. It was a very hot and humid July day in Ghana. We were heading to a rainforest, large group that I was with. Our objective for that day was to walk on a suspended bridge above the rainforest. This is something that I would not normally do. It is way out of my comfort zone. I went with the group, not for sure that I was going to actually go through with the activity. All the long drive of 3 hours to the rainforest, I'm back and forth, back and forth. Am I going to do it? Am I not? Can I do it? I don't know. We get there, we find out that there's a 15-minute hike up the mountain. No place to stop, no place to go to the restroom, no place to get water. It's a continual 15-minute hike. I wasn't in the best of shape. I'm like, can I really do this? I'm not for sure. Decided, like in many times in life, I have really nothing to lose, but everything to gain. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the journey. I go with the group up the mountain, and we're walking over these gigantic, ancient roots of trees. These trees just keep looming higher and higher above us. We get to the first landing where the first bridge starts, and I see this bridge ahead of me. We've got ropes about this big. The netting comes up to about right here on me, and the plank that we get to walk on is about the size of width for 2 feet together, just barely. So I decide, okay, am I going to do this? Yes, let's go ahead. So I take that first step out, doing the kind of bravery that Indiana Jones did, and I think in the Temple of Doom, where he has to get to the other side. He knows that there's a bridge there, but he can't see it. So he takes that step of faith. With that same kind of faith, I take that first step and make it to the next landing. The next landing, as in life, we have a check. Are we going to go ahead and go to the left, which is 2 more bridges, and we're safely back on the mountain? Or am I going to step forward and go 6 more bridges till I get back to the mountain? I decide, because no one else is going left, that I better go forward too. So I take that first step and I continue going. Now mind you, this is a suspended bridge, 100 feet in the air. And to give you reference, that's the equivalent of a 10-story building. So I'm walking on this plank that's moving with every step of the person in front of me and the person behind me. It's wobbling. I'm scared out of my skin, but I continue to go on. We get halfway through, and I realize something. I'm actually enjoying myself. There are so many shades of green beneath me, beautiful blue sky above me. All these wild animals are chirping and making their native sounds. It was so exciting. It was so unexpected. I ran back, and I'm getting closer to the finish line, getting back to the mountain. And I start hearing cheers and clapping. I'm like, what is that? And I finally figured out that those that have gone before me are celebrating with those that crossed over into that last step, and they're back on the mountain. And I realized this is something that I can use going forward. It's something all of us can use. And being that person that cheers those other people on in those situations in life that are scary. We all have them. We all have our friends that have them. And I realized that as a professional, I now have something very, very valuable that will allow me to be that person, to give that encouragement. If you're not for sure, let's take that step. Be encouraged. You can do it. And so now I have an experience when I'm working with people, when I'm coaching and helping other people along the way. I can tell them, take that step. Because between here and your finish line, the chances of you having something absolutely breathtaking and amazing is waiting for you to discover. But if you never take that first step onto that scary portion of your life, you'll never know what that experience is. So I realize this as I'm hanging 100 feet in the air. And then I get there and I take my last step. And everyone's cheering. And my friends all know that I just slayed one of my biggest dragons and fears. And they're celebrating with me. And I, at that moment, take a deep breath and go, did that really just happen?